The punishment for this rapist was the most dangerous and terrifying one. Before being hanged, the man signed an agreement with a museum director. According to the deal, once his soul was dead, his mind would be handed over to the museum. The director promised to give his family a luxurious life. Sullivan thought all of this was just a computer simulation. So, for the sake of his family, he agreed. But he didn't know that this decision was the beginning of a nightmare. The director used a machine to extract his mind and convert it into a digital form. Now, his mind is replayed endlessly inside the prison cell he once occupied. Sullivan was shocked. He couldn't believe his consciousness had returned to the real world. Before he could understand anything, the director pressed a button and trapped his mind in a chair. The director's true plan was to keep his consciousness alive and turn it into an object of torture to attract more visitors to the museum. As long as the electric shocks lasted less than 10 seconds, his mind wouldn't truly die. Because of this plan, the number of museum visitors increased. But the visitors didn't know that the mind was real and not artificial. That's why no human rights groups would defend him. Worse, the visitors even received a special gift: a tiny fragment of Sullivan's trapped consciousness inside a keychain. But no one knew that Sullivan was actually innocent, and it was all a trap set by the director. Because of this, Sullivan's family began to hate the director. Not long after, the victim's daughter destroyed the museum's cooling system. She gave the director a special drink that paralyzed his body, making him unable to move. Then, she placed the same mind extraction device, just like the one used on her father, onto the director's head. That was when the director realized the girl was Sullivan's daughter. Within seconds, his consciousness was transferred. When he opened his eyes, he found himself tied up in a dark room. At that moment, the girl avenged her father. Now, the question is, do you agree that this kind of technology should be used today?